Hi, good morning, Pahrump. It's Nate's Neighborhood. Welcome to it. I'm John Kohler, your uh, co-host du jour, and this is Nate Boley, one of
Hey guys.
Nye County's top realtors. And this is
And
Nate's
don't,
Neighborhood. This is what we're all about.
it is.
This is, I mean, you invite the people into the neighborhood. You are
Yeah,
the realtor that does the transaction. You are in touch with it. You're a homeboy.
I suppose I am. Yeah, I am a homeboy because,
Okay.
homes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
But
don't
you-
let John fool you. He's one of the greatest weathermen I've ever seen.
Oh well, thank you,
So,
sir.
you know,
But
Mr. Humble here.
But my homeboy credentials only go back a year here. You've been in Nye County for years and years.
Yeah, 11 years, I think 12 years in April. So yeah, we've been here a long time.
So you know
Seen
the
a
back
lot of
roads.
different little things happen. Yeah, I know which streets don't exist on Google Maps when they say that they do and all that
What?
fun
That
stuff.
happens?
Yeah. All that fun rural stuff that you run into, yeah. But that's kind of part of it, You help guide folks to the best restaurants, the best places to shop, whatever it might be, you're helping them become a part of the community. Yeah. So that's what it's about.
That's a good
Yeah.
gig to have.
And that's why we do Nate's Neighborhood, yeah.
Right, to invite y'all.
Drag some more folks into the neighborhood willingly.
Now, one of the things that I discovered just like when we moved to the neighborhood a year ago was something that I didn't have to deal with at all. I lived in a northern climate. We didn't have like bugs.
No, nothing survives out there.
Right.
Like,
No,
it needs a
it was one of those.
hide.
Right. And so, as a kind of a newbie homeowner in the area, it's like one of the things I had to learn about right away was pest control. And you helped me with our pest control folks.
Yeah.
I mean, you gave me some recommendations of whatever.
I'm not even sure who you end up using, but yeah.
I'm not even sure either. They do such a good job. I never have to think about it. So it's great.
And essentially, you never see them either. Yeah. Unless
Right,
you want to
yeah,
come inside and spray.
They come in, they're like little pest dobbies. But it's kind of a recurring thing that I hadn't counted on when we moved here, but it was something that you clued me into right away, which I was really appreciative of. You better get hold of this pest control.
Because even the little things from the ants to cockroaches.
Yeah, the little tiny ants and
the smallest little ants. But if you got a billion of them running around your house,
Right.
then it's not exactly a small ant problem.
Well, yeah, right. And then later we noticed a lot of construction in the neighborhood, and all of a sudden there's like little mices peeking their heads over the corners of some of our pergolas outside. Like, what is this?
Yeah. And you see that a lot with lumber that comes in from elsewhere, especially if it comes from big building sites in Las Vegas, or if it sits there for a few days, it might pick up a field mice or even a rat or two.
Right.
And those have been found in the valley. And with the heat picking up, all those animals, all those critters, they want to get somewhere where it's cooler.
Right.
And sometimes the closest place is your home.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you got to keep them out.
No, and that was the thing, and the pest control people helped us with that too. So so now we're mouth proof, we're bug proof.
Yeah, how did they go about? Because my place was already rat proofed.
Right. Well, they come in and they do
place-
like a real technical survey, and they look at all the places that mice like to come in, and they kind of like look around for rat droppings, which I had no idea we even had any. But it turns out they found some, and they pulled some animals out of our attic that like.
Oh man! Oh yeah, they pulled like
and they
two,
put down
two
some
rats,
stuff
yeah?
that they put down some stuff that like is an irritant to these critters, and so they don't come back. It's not like a happy place for them to be. They come, I don't like this. It doesn't feel good.
It's perfect.
And it was great. But then they also like physically put in some
Like
metal
wire barriers. and-
Yes.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
and
know
those can
right
be
where
important.
to do it. They know how to do it, and they do it. And it's just amazing
Yeah.
to me that they know how to solve the problem. It's not a problem out here. Desert living, but there's some things to be aware of a little bit out in that county. So,
of course. Yeah, and you can even have those issues in new homes or newer homes. Because a lot of times, unless you build a custom home and you pick out literally every piece of that home and pay for all the upgrades and everything, the wire mesh that you get that covers a lot of your vents from inside the home to outside,
Right.
They're going to be the cheapest stuff that the builder could get because it's not necessarily an important part of the home, except for the fact that, over 6 months to a year, a rat could come and go and start picking away at that, and then they get in, and so putting more protection up is a good deal. Yeah.
Right, but you helped with I had some expectations that in the first year we'd have some things to run through
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
home.
just
Something
things to
was
watch
going,
out for.
Yeah, I mean, especially if a home hasn't been lived in for a minute, and
Yeah, I mean, the first home that we moved into here in Pahrump had a 3-foot lizard living in it. And we'd only seen glimpses of it for the first day or two while we're moving boxes, but it wasn't until about a day later that we brought some more boxes in, and there he was in the living room, and he darted, and he took off, and yeah, so same guys. I called them, and they safely removed him, and you know, it's just, yeah, you're going to come across things, you know, especially with a place that hasn't been lived in a while.
Right.
Yeah, and that's where home inspections come in real handy.
And
if you need one, a pest inspection.
And also maybe like home warranties, which is something we've been talking about before the show, and how important those can be.
Yeah, I mean, and they run pretty cheap for what you get. Granted, there are a ton of home warranty companies out there, so I'm not going to name any specifically good or bad. You'll just have to kind of check through Yelp and Google reviews and all that fun stuff.
Those are helpful.
Yeah.
Helpful to find pest control people too, actually. Folks
yeah, it really is. And so every home warranty company is going to essentially, you know, face value offer the same things, which is a low deductible coverage for a year. And that essentially,
systems,
against generally, your appliances and your systems. So depending on the home warranty that you purchase, they could go from $500 upwards to $1,200. But you could cover your well, your septic, your fridge, your oven, the washer, the dryer.
Appliances get expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're past a manufacturer's warranty on, say, a dryer that's 4 or 5 years old. For 500 and some odd bucks a year, you can get coverage. And then if one of those breaks down during your coverage time, then they come out and they either repair it or they replace it. Granted, replacement isn't their first option. So they might come out 2 or 3 times to repair, you know what I mean? You can call that good business practices, or you can call that being cheap. It depends on how you look at it, but
solves the problem one way or the other.
But eventually they're going to replace it if they get sick. Yeah, if they come out 2 or 3 times and they get sick of trying to fix something that's just old and beat up, like an air conditioner, you know, a lot of folks, there are a lot of homes floating around built in the mid-'90s, late '90s here in the valley. And an HVAC guy will tell you that you may not get
that many
20 years even out of one of those things in this heat.
Right.
Yeah, so if you're looking at purchasing a home and it's got a 35-year-old air conditioner on it, that still works just fine at the moment when the home inspector is there, of course.
Right.
But you never know. Home warranty could cover you, I don't know, say around June when it's really, really hot out.
Right.
If your air conditioner breaks.
Right.
Yeah. They're pretty good.
We found
you got to find the right company.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, the coverage is good.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea, especially maybe the first year while everything kind of shakes out from being like idle or lived in differently. And
yeah, because you'll go through and you'll make the place your own. You might even make changes. You might end up pulling out some drywall and finding like a tiny bit of mold or something. You know, you never know. Yeah, granted, it's hard to get mold out here, but it's possible. So that's for sure.
So good advice.
Yeah, pretty good.
Get a home warranty, get a good bug guy, get a good rat guy.
Yeah, and you know, rats were something I never even heard of until about 4 or 5 years ago out here. And one of the big arguments was, are they coming in on the Vegas lumber? Are they coming in from somewhere else? Because we don't have like a natural rat population out here. It's usually your field mice, these little guys.
Right. These are
we can argue till we're blue
roof
in the
rats.
face.
I don't know what they were called.
Yeah, roof rats. Because a lot of times they come in on lumber, or they come in on big piles of roof shingles. They'll hide in there, and the access that they usually get is through your roof. They'll climb over. You know, you'll notice in a home inspection that a home inspector will point out any branches to trees that are hanging over close to the roof, and that's not really for the roof. That's in case an animal, a rat, decides to climb up, and you know they can walk right off the branch onto your roof, and it's easy peasy. They start digging through your wiring, and little troublemakers. That's for sure.
But fun BB targets.
Suppose so. They're popping up in your backyard.
Well, they were for a minute. I was.
Well, the guys drove them out, and they kept trying to get in, I bet. So they were probably popping up just on the outside of the fence there, trying to figure out.
We were just making them feel welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
But and then that's also another luxury of not living in an HOA.
Yeah, of course. But you will. Granted, you will get your pest problems in an HOA just like you will anywhere else.
Yeah,
and you're going to have to take that stuff upon yourself, because I've never heard of an HOA that will come and spray your home. There are some that will spray the grounds, the common area grounds. That's really about it.
Keep them out of the house somewhat, but then you still got some house guys.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of it in an HOA. If you're, say, in a neighborhood like Mountain Falls, if they're going through and they're spraying the grounds, everything but the homes, those bugs and those critters want somewhere to go, and they can't go where they've been, obviously. So that just leaves the homes. So spray away. Yeah,
Spray
especially
away.
in the heat. They're trying to get in.
Well, they know what to do. They know what to do about it. So it's all
They do.
good. In the head. What? Tell us about the house we were just touring at.
Oh yeah, Hacienda.
Hacienda.
Yeah, gorgeous place.
I get lost in some of these street names, but
Yeah, Hacienda is, I guess, kind of centralized here in town, just off of Homestead. So you've got easy access to the highway right there. You got a gas station right there. You've got
That's true. It's like
Family
5 minutes
Dollar's
away
like
from
2
like
miles
anything.
away. Yeah, you're really about 5 minutes away from anywhere in the valley that has population, so to speak. You know, shopping, and it's a great place. It looks like it was rehabbed in the last year or two, I would say, but they did a great job.
Right. A lot of the stuff that we tour is sort of at a price point above what a lot of people feel comfortable paying. This one seems like it's kind of right in a pocket, and I can't
This one's
believe
in a nice spot.
it's available.
Yeah, I
still.
texted her this morning. She still doesn't have. She doesn't even have an offer on it.
It's a shock.
So yeah, it's one of Marcy Wells's listings, who's a partner agent of mine with our brokerage at Pahrump Valley Properties. So once you get a look, if you know Marcy, give her a call. If not, you know my number, 775-513-2491.
All right.
But yeah, great looking place.
It is a great place.
And it's up for $400,000, $399,900, which is essentially $400,000.
Right.
But the price per square foot, there are comps to support the price. There is, there's plenty there to
Tons of
take
land,
in.
too.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
a
so
lot of
much there.
land, huge natural light. The way that backside was built off to the west, just amazing for sunrises and getting natural light in there. Yeah,
And
it's an impressive place.
if you need a space to put up a shop later, it's got space galore. It's
It's
fenced.
almost 1.2 acres and it's fully fenced.
Yeah,
fully fenced in the back, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And just tons of potential, just because they pretty much knocked the yard flat.
Yeah, they've even got it kind of separated a little bit by 2 gates off one side, so you can essentially have a whole RV section, which is kind of nice. If you've got an RV or if you've got a bunch of toys that you need to park off to the side of the house, but you don't want the kids or the animals getting into them.
Right.
There's that fence line right there.
Boy, you got space for it.
And still tons of space in the backyard.
Yeah. So excited to review the house and walk through it. Well, we did walk through it.
We did,
share the walkthrough with you here in just a couple minutes when we return. And come on back to Nate's Neighborhood.
See you soon, guys.
Hi, welcome back to Nate's Neighborhood. I'm John Kohler. This is Nate Boley, one of Nye County's top realtors.
Hey, guys. Welcome back.
This is the walkthrough section of the show that I'm all excited about because
always my favorite part. Yeah.
Well, you get to peek around, see what your neighbors are up to. Like, ooh, who's that? What's that?
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes we see some things in the house that you want to take back and make part of your house. That's kind of fun. And
there were a couple things here too that caught my eye. That wow.
Right,
Yeah.
and
if
actually,
I could in my house,
No, it's always fun to go, nose around. I love kicking tires,
100%.
and actually, if you are kicking tires in the neighborhood, would like to come out and see this home or any of the houses that are on the MLS. Actually, Nate's a good guy to call.
I would like to think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worked out for me. Okay, so here we are in Nate's Neighborhood. This is Hacienda Street. As you approach this place, kind of a lot of potential is sort of what I saw. They did it. They did make some effort on the the gravel out here, and there's a couple trees planted. One you can't quite see to the left, but
yeah, and they're a little younger, but they've taken. You know what I mean? So it looks like they've been through at least 2 seasons, at least 2 full seasons, 2 years.
Right.
And the circular driveway.
Yeah.
Always a plus. And you've got RV gates on both sides.
And there are some nice
cool.
level pads out there. You can put up a basketball hoop or something on the outside and have some fun with.
I even like that little sitting area, like directly up towards the front of the picture, or the picture there in the home.
Yeah.
And essentially you walk up and there's just a little pad there that, goodness, would make a cool barbecue spot or a sitting area just
outdoor
to sit
coffee.
and watch the weather. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little neighborhood watch.
Yeah, plenty of folks doing that around here.
Yeah.
That's how we stay safe.
Okay.
The offset garage, again, really cool. I like the offset garages because it gives the home a broader stance.
It also gave it kind of an interesting flow as you get into the house. It was
Yeah, they incorporated the garage kind of into the flow of the home. So when we get inside, that's yeah, that's something that caught us both off, but was amazing.
yeah,
Here's a view from the front. Again, big old pad up front there.
yeah.
So you're talking about sitting furniture or plants, you know, really whatever you want to put out there.
Those Z-brick accents were kind of
Decorations.
interesting,
My mother-in-law loves flamingos, so you know she could probably fit 150 flamingo statues right there pretty easily. Hey, Becky. There's
Opening
Nate.
up the front door there, there's a bunch of doors kind of heading out, but it basically comes right into this giant living room.
Yeah, it opens right up. This is off to the right
Right-hand
of the
side, yep.
opening, yeah, of the front door.
There's into that.
Quick peek into the kitchen. Those lights there wrap around the entire room, that big, large room. And then we did spot, I don't think we got a picture of them, but in that room, there are
lights.
speaker lights, yeah, which are just one of the coolest things.
Yeah, and the home is wired somewhat for...
Yeah, for those speakers. And
Check out these giant doors, these double doors on top.
yeah, the barn doors are awesome, man. And
They're really fun. And that
the blue
fireplace,
color set everything off perfectly. Yeah, it contrasts that backsplash for the fireplace just amazingly. So whoever picked those colors out did a great job.
and it's a two-sided fireplace, so you've got it here in the living room or the dining area in here.
Yeah, this would be the living area.
It could be. Well, as you walk through the door, it
Well,
sort
yeah,
of,
and you've got
it
a
turns into
secondary
that-
living area for
It's
sure.
amazing.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother, what, 1,200 square feet, that room?
That is.
It's pretty big, yeah.
And it's a funky shape, but it sort of seems to attract the sun. Is
It
what we
really
were
does.
thinking
From
about.
what we can tell, yeah, it looks like it was built with those tall windows and the angle towards the back to really bring in the morning sunlight. Here we go. That's just from the kitchen
Yeah, from the
towards
kitchen.
the bedrooms. Yeah.
Right, and I see you looking over there. There's a couple different bedrooms off there, off to the left-hand side as you walk into the house.
Yeah, the two smaller ones,
Yeah.
and then the bathroom is right in between them, and they're a good size. You know, they're not tiny by any means.
No, they weren't.
I don't
and
have
they
the
were,
stats
and
offhand,
the,
but
the tall ceilings too just really made the rooms look ginormous as you walk into them.
yeah, and as you peek through, you know, you can even see the borders along the ceilings, the raised borders at the bottom for the baseboards. A lot of extra touches. The crown molding around all the windows.
Right, big
You know.
closets, big built-in shelves in there.
Yeah, that room had an impressively sized closet for
Just kind of an extra bedroom. It was nice.
yeah,
size.
just for an extra bedroom. I thought that was great. This great use of the space by whoever designed the home and built the
Right.
home.
Here's the second extra bedroom here. Third.
Yeah.
How
And
much-
again, big windows. We don't have any lights on in any of these pictures, so you're getting a ton of natural light in all these pictures, which is what you're going to get.
the
If you're
commode.
into that, for sure. Yeah, there's the oak commode. Nice tile work. The tile work matches the floor. I did not notice if the countertops matched throughout the whole house, but I just kept walking through and finding cool things like the little backsplash down there
Right.
between the mirror and the sink. That's an upgraded sink and cabinet for sure.
Yep.
You know, you just walk through and you could pick out pretty much, 90% of this home has been redone.
And I guess
Looks
great
great.
light.
Yeah, so much natural light.
Okay, this
Here's
is
a
coming
quick
out
shot
of
the
that
kitchen.
little so the bedroom alcove, whatever, and looking into the kitchen. So we've got the
Yeah.
pantry there. We've got big modern appliances, stainless steel.
There's the other half of the kitchen there. So again, the countertop work, the cabinets are really nice.
Right, and then there's a little breakfast nook. Kind of
Yeah,
sneaking
I
in
would
the
I would almost call it a formal, but you can really maybe just fit a four-top in there.
I
You know,
think that
so
would
if you're
be
going to do
about it.
formal dining, maybe it's in that secondary living space.
This
But
is
you know what? At this point, it's your home, so you fill it up with bouncy balls if you want. You know.
I think this home deserves some bouncy balls.
Yeah. Oh, there's the secondary room. So yeah. So off to the right, you see just the edge of the dual-sided fireplace. Ah,
There it is coming. Yeah, this is sneaking
Yeah.
back from the far edge of that room.
Yeah, looking back towards those barn doors are on the other side of that doorway there.
Right.
And again, matching backsplash, the woodwork around the side, the
Nice
crown
new
moldings.
flooring.
Yeah, the amazing flooring. And this walks right out onto that big patio that's off the back. And you've got just amazing views right there.
Right.
Huge windows, lots of light.
You think that
Can't even
bucket
say it
loader
enough.
comes with it? Come on.
I don't think so.
It'd be fun though.
That'd be a good time. Yeah, but it looks like it's already pretty flattened
Yeah.
out there in the backyard.
I think this is the door leading out to. Okay, so it's got a little commode off the edge of the.
This is the master bedroom.
Oh, is it?
I think it's the master bathroom.
All right. Is this,
It is a 3-bath though. Yeah.
Oh, right. I remember this. Look at those triple knobs because we've got
Yeah. This one's got
water
the-
coming out of the roof and then coming off to the side.
Yeah, and the dual faucets.
Yeah.
That's always a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, great tile work, super clean. You can see how white the grout is in between. So this is a place that was taken care of. It was loved. You know, it's not the kind of place you're going to start moving into and finding things that are falling apart on you necessarily. Does not mean you shouldn't get a home inspection. You should always get a home inspection.
Yep.
Just
Get a home
more
inspection.
upgrades.
Why not?
Yeah, it's important. More and more upgrades. So this is an interesting part of the flow to the house, right?
Right.
So this door comes from that back sunroom, let's call it,
Right.
and goes into the garage, which is an oversized too. So you got a ton of space in there. It's really deep.
Yep.
And that other door, there we go,
Yeah, that's got a little
actually goes
room.
back into the laundry room through the house.
Oh, does it? That's
Yeah.
oh, that's where that went. Okay.
Yeah, and that little, well, yeah, and that little back room is just
There
a
it
little
is. All
storage
right,
room.
there's the laundry room.
So yeah, through to the laundry room and back into the home. So you've got kind of a I don't know what you would call it, a segue, so to speak,
Yeah,
throughout the home.
it's-
You can go from the garage into two different sides of the home and essentially walk in a circle.
You could you
Yeah.
could do laps.
You
in
get a
your
lot
house.
of yeah. You just have access, so much access to your own home. Yeah.
Another closet,
It makes
another
me think that you give that, if there's that separate entrance and you got those barn doors, maybe that's a quote unquote residence for someone else that's staying with you, like
Right.
an elderly loved one or someone you have to take care of.
Right.
You give them that sunroom. They have their own bathroom back there. They can have their own way of coming in, through the garage and through that door.
Right.
Or even if you were going to do Airbnb that room out or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Tournament hide and seek.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? I mean, it's just a great place though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall,
Oh, it
had
is
a
pretty cool.
ton to offer.
Did we run out of slides? Or there's got to be more. Oh, there it
Must
is.
be.
There's
There
it.
they
Yeah.
are. Okay. There's a bedroom.
Big bedroom.
Yeah. So this is the master bedroom.
Okay. Yeah.
This one faces off the front of the house. So just on the other side of these windows is that big pad that we talked about,
Right.
where you could put furniture or whatever it might be.
Right. Okay. Here's the master
Yeah.
Bath.
Here's coming into the master bath. So
got
that
the
other
jet
bath was
tub.
the second bath.
jacuzzi,
That
baby.
was the junior bath. Yeah, and in here you got the jacuzzi. You've got you got the matching countertops, the matching backsplash.
That's all right.
Everything about this bathroom matches the other bathrooms we've seen. So
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Yeah, not a big
Right.
mix
Steamy
match
shower
kind of
next
thing there.
next to the jacuzzi.
Yeah, nice little shower. The stonework in this bathroom
walk-in
was
closet.
seriously impressive.
The stonework?
Yeah, so I believe that's actually stone on the ground. I'd have to double check with the listing agent. But when I walked on it, that feels like it's actual stone, which is just cool. You don't see it very often.
Right.
And when you do, you don't necessarily see it as level as it was. So that was super impressive. Took someone a lot of work to do that too.
All right. Here's your enormous backyard. Now it looks like
Yeah.
the neighbors like their toys.
The neighbors
Have
do like
all
their
of them.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a ton of cars and ATVs and even a couple RVs out there.
So if you got some of those kind of toys and you've got this kind of neighbor, I mean, you got a good neighbor starting out.
Yeah, no doubt. And if you don't like the look of it, just put up some security fencing and don't bother with it. Yeah, that's the beauty of Knight County.
Yeah. Look at that huge
There's a view
slab
from
out
the
there.
back to to that big slab right there.
That's a
And
nice
just,
pad.
man.
Did
Yeah.
I take a picture from the back of the yard all the way? Yes, I did.
Yes,
Look at
you
this
did.
huge yard.
Yeah, and it doesn't even feel, it's 1.14, but it almost feels like 1.5
Right.
when you walk it because the home is kind of front set
Right.
and it gives all that space in the back, but they didn't front set it so much that they couldn't do, the circular driveway
Right.
and the bushes and all that
And
stuff.
if they left that excavator there, you could learn how to dig holes in your backyard. That'd be cool.
You could. I don't think it's included.
Put it on the
If they would have
chattel
found a
list.
way to strap it down to the home, yeah,
We
maybe.
need a creative realtor like Nate to get that,
Yeah.
yellow
Yeah,
iron.
don't count on that one, but yeah.
Put it in the deal, Nate.
Put it in the deal. We want the tractor. We want the front loader. By all means, I'll write it in.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's
It wouldn't be
kinda-
the weirdest thing
It
that
wouldn't
I've ever
be.
written in.
So
No.
400,000 is where this is at?
Yeah, $399.9. It's crazy. I would have expected to see it up for $450, $430.
Yeah.
With the values coming up.
Right.
But this is a very good example of someone who has a good listing agent on their hands,
Mm-hmm.
who has set the expectation and has explained to them that, this is appraisal value that we believe we can get out, of your
Right.
home.
Right.
And anything beyond that is
Gravy,
pushing the limit.
kinda.
Yeah, pushing the limit, or you're,
Well,
you know,
pushing the
risk and
limit, yeah.
reward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of, you know, finding the right realtor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we got a dinger of a realtor right here. Tell you what, Nate.
That's the rumor, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's great. And thanks for, sharing the time here in Nate's
Yeah,
neighborhood.
of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for co-hosting, sir.
Yeah. No,
It's always a good time.
It is always, and I enjoy seeing these homes and seeing this. And we'll be back next week with more exciting adventures in another part of Nate's neighborhood.
Yeah.
Did you have some ideas already we can tease, or?
I do. We've got a land episode coming up. So if anybody owns land out there, or they're looking to buy some land, we'll get into that here in the next couple of weeks. Yeah.
Things to look forward to in Nate's neighborhood. We'll see you next time.
Have a great week, guys.